here for a Monday, Veterans Day 2024. President-elect Trump announced that Stephen Miller, his top immigration advisor, will serve as White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. That's what CNN is reporting. Boy, CNN must be having a real hard time these days. All of them are having a hard time. They're struggling. I decided to take a peek at the Sunday morning news shows. They are forced to act normal for a change, like Saturday Night Live. Did you see the cold open on Saturday Night Live? It was actually funny. It was amusing. The cast members stood on stage and they said, now we know people are horrified about the way the election turned out, and there are reports that Trump is going to keep an enemies list and seek retribution. We just want to deliver a message to Donald Trump. We've been with you all the way. We voted for you. We support you. We may be waking up in the middle of the night screaming, but we're screaming for joy. And we wish you nothing but the best. It was actually very self-deprecating, and it was funny. So Stephen Miller, Deputy Chief of Staff. How about Tom Homan as the border czar? Somebody put on social media, to put it in pulp fiction terms, that classic Travolta movie, Trump is sending the wolf. I mean, listen, with Tom Homan in charge, they're going back. The illegals who have been so emboldened by the Biden-Harris administration, they're going back. Let's take a listen to let's listen to NBC's Meet the Press. Now, one of my big griefs, one of my big beefs, what I think is one of the most sickening aspects of the 2024 election cycle was the way the mainstream media, pretending to be objective, was only one-sided. We're used to that, but nothing as blatant as it was this year. The lies about Trump, one lie after another, and they just didn't know what to do. And they are all guilty of it, from Kirsten Welker to Jonathan Karl to Nora O'Donnell. So let's listen to a little bit of them having to eat crow, and on the Sunday morning news shows, act normal for a change over the overwhelming landslide election of Donald Trump.
President-elect Donald Trump is now returning to the White House after an historic political realignment. Mr. Trump swept all 7 battleground states after NBC News projected overnight that he won Arizona. He also tore down the Democratic blue wall and is poised to become the first Republican in 2 decades to win the national popular vote. President-elect Trump, charged with plotting to overturn the last election, now establishing himself as a transformational political force, reshaping American politics in his own image.
A transformational political force. You know, she wanted to choke on those words. I thought it'd be fun to peek into ABC This Week with George Stephanopoulos, the former Clinton aide. He didn't bother to show up. He didn't go to work. He's probably on the couch in the fetal position. So Jonathan Karl was, and incidentally, there are no accidents. The Sunday after the election, you don't miss a major news show. That'd be like me missing work the day after the election. I would never, that's not an accident. In fact, I was talking with I think it was Peg Hudson last night. We were talking about Jill Biden wearing a bright red MAGA pantsuit on Election Day. You think that's an accident? You think that was just a coincidence? How about CBS Sunday Mornings anchor Jane Pauley wearing a bright red MAGA blazer the Sunday before the election? There are a lot more people around us who voted for Trump than you'll ever know. We are a red nation. This is a whole she's right. How about, so let's listen to Jonathan Karl. And again, he's been real bad too, but forced to kind of act somewhat normal on ABC News' This Week yesterday morning.
Welcome to This Week. In just 71 days, Donald Trump will be sworn in again as President of the United States. His comeback victory unlike anything we have ever seen in American history. Just take a look at the final results. With Arizona now projected for Trump, he locks in a sweeping victory in every single battleground state. And Trump did more than that. he made big gains with young voters and with Latinos, doing better among Hispanic voters than any Republican presidential candidate since the first exit polls were conducted in 1976. He even did better among women than when he ran against Joe Biden. He also made significant gains in some of the most Democratic places in the country, doing better in places like Brooklyn, New Jersey, and Chicago. And in deep blue California, Donald Trump is on track to do better than any Republican in 2 decades. And he was running against a Californian. California voters also rejected liberal policies on taxes, rent control, and crime. They voted overwhelmingly to approve Proposition 36, which imposes tougher penalties for shoplifting and drug possession. Both the mayor of San Francisco and the liberal district attorney in Los Angeles were voted out, a rejection of liberal policies, particularly on crime, in some of the most liberal jurisdictions in the United States.
Look, there are two things that are going on right now. For the Republicans, we better see the mandate delivered. We gave Trump a mandate. Now the Republicans have to deliver. We are not expecting, we are demanding that the policies that we voted in overwhelmingly get delivered. And I am very optimistic and confident that's going to happen. I'm worried about this Senate Majority Leader vote. I'm very worried about John Thune or John Cornyn becoming the Senate Majority Leader. And this just shows you the grip that the swamp has still in Washington, D.C. Look, the overwhelming favorite is Rick Scott. I just saw an article, Tracy hasn't sent it to me yet, but once she prints it for me, an article that I want to share with you about Elon Musk, Don Jr., so many of the real important forces in the Trump orbit expecting Senator Rick Scott to be voted and confirmed as Senate Majority Leader. It can't be John Thune. I just saw a clip of John Thune openly refusing to endorse Donald Trump as the nominee. John Cornyn blasted President Trump after the stupid E. Jean Carroll thing. What, John Cornyn wasn't capable of seeing what E. Jean Carroll was all about? That 100 years ago, Trump supposedly groped her in a dressing room? And that's what John Cornyn's going to go with? John Cornyn forfeited his right to be Senate Majority Leader. John Thune forfeited. Here's what I heard somebody say, well, Trump makes people better. No, that's wishful thinking. That's naive, wishful thinking. There are people who hate Trump who pretend they don't because they want to be pragmatic. That doesn't mean they're being changed. That means they're faking it. And we don't need a Senate Majority Leader who's going to fake it. We need somebody who is authentic. We need somebody who is the real deal in being loyal to the Trump agenda. That's Rick Scott. So at the end of the day, the Senate's got to do the right thing. Trump has been described as the people's president. I believe that. He is the people's president. We have the broadest, widest coalition in the history of the Republican Party right now. This is not your father's Republican Party anymore. Young people, 18 to 29-year-olds, blacks, Hispanics, gays, people from all walks of life stepped up. Women, white women, black women. People said no to the crazy, insane leftist policies of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden that have done so much damage to this country. So now Trump's got to deliver. He can't deliver with a Senate Majority Leader like John Thune or John Cornyn. Let's see if you agree or not. Welcome in. We're in South Carolina, broadcasting from the studios of 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. They did the coolest thing in this building. They've got giant pictures of all of us on the side of the radio station. I'm going to post that. I'm going to post a picture of it here on X in this break. Check it out. Follow me at Gallagher Show. But that was so nice of WORD. They got Joey Hudson up there and Mike Gallagher and Tara and Bill Frady and Charlie James. That's the coolest. I mean, my big fat head is even fatter on the side of the building here in Greenville. But that's nice. It's nice to get a little love like that from the people here at 98.9 WORD. So check out the picture on X. I'll post it here in about 30 seconds. And also join me, 1-800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453.